Hey everyone, welcome to another European Siege podcast. We'll start with introductions as usual. Let's go top down. Enemy.
I'm D Jules from Enemy. Hello.
Sorlak from Enemy.
Flying
from Idom.
Flying Fatality from FinalEnemy.
KHAOS next.
Phil from KHAOS.
KHAOS Jacqueline.
Millennium Arrow.
Millennium Bart.
Lone Wolf, Millennium.
Distortion, old school.
It's Aidan from old school.
Ox.
Shackle, old school.
Luna, not old school.
Odds, old school.
Xenocrat Resilience.
Kamui Sovereign.
Oh no!
Octa.
Huh? Oh, okay. Sorry, I fucking lost my pirate spot. Going for that triangle.
Spicy Fook.
Spicy King of all Gape.
Spicy Cowboy.
Venari, Siri.
Freya Boss.
Pelavus.
Alright, so as far as I know, nothing happened to Calpheon and Valencia tonight again, but I heard you guys had some fun fights, like on wagon or something, right? Enemies off.
Yeah, we had like the last weeks. But it's very hard to explain what happened in fights because they're much more messy than Siege or Node War fights.
How come?
How come? The node respawns make it a lot more messy than so that in Sieges there are no node respawns and it's much more. You can calculate it much better than in these kind of fights. So these fights are a lot more messy.
Yeah, but who won?
Excuse me, what?
Who won?
Who won in the end today? Sovereign won today.
That's all we wanted to know.
Do you think it's not a good representation of like the kill strength?
Oh,
Or,
no, it's not when it comes to sieges. Sieges are a completely different thing. We did a much better job today than the last weeks. We are not so used to these kind of fights, but we're stepping up our game. And the first hour today, we showed a pretty good performance.
So, you boys expecting something to happen next week?
At the text wagon?
After it?
What the fuck?
You know, like 1 hour after it?
He's talking about the siege.
You mean it's a siege? You're on point.
Wasn't that what we talking about
Man,
this whole
just
time?
really wasted
Is
today.
this not the Tax Wagon podcast?
I think people from Enemy and Sovereign forgot about that part of the game. Like,
Siege?
Yeah, because these fights around the text wagon were much more interesting for us than any sieges and any fights we had around sieges.
Do you care about how much money is in the Tax Wagon?
No, the moment that Sovereign shows up, we just want to fight Sovereign, and it's just the best PvP we ever had, and we just care about that PvP and fucking text wagon, whatever. That can just drive it to the fucking river next to Vilia.
You've never thought of luring them out with another type of wagon?
What? Say it again?
Have you never thought of luring them out with another type of wagon?
No, what?
Sorry.
We just want to fucking fight Sovereign when they show up, and they show up because of the text wagon.
Well, just talk to them. You know, they're nice guys. They'll fight.
Better keep
You don't need to wait for a wagon. Just fight.
We
them.
don't want to fucking talk to Sovereign. We want to fucking fight them. That's fucking amazing PvP.
You don't need to talk. Just make a macro that says wagon, and just run around spamming the wagon macro. They'll come.
they don't do politics, you know. Can you like? Do you even follow the podcast? You know?
I'm really bad at this.
Yeah.
All right, enough of this. Let's move on with the actual sieges, I guess. There was Serendia, Millennium was and FinalEnemy. FinalEnemy, you guys get the first word since you're new to the scene, so what you guys are about and why did you come to Serendia today?
Yeah, for us it was the first siege after the server merge, basically. So we're more like kind of a semi-progress, how you say that, direction, but still sieges are like the king's class of PvP. So it's really nice to join them. It was a lot of fun.
So did you guys come on your own today or was it like agreed upon?
No, it was agreed upon beforehand that we go with Foss. Because for the first time it's not so good to show up alone, I thought. And also, I mean, because of Millennium was on the Serendia, which is known to be a strong guild. I mean, we met them on notes before.
You guys seem to field a lot of people. How many were you?
We started out with 71, and in the end we were like 68.
I see.
Lanov, you want to take it from here?
Okay. Yeah, we knew we were in for a 1v2 fight. We decided to just, push as fast as we can. Although Boss and FinalEnemy already knew where we were, so they were at our base before the siege started. We took them out. We started pushing on FinalEnemy's base. Then we realized FinalEnemy's and Voss base was next to each other, far away at the eastern border, so they were quite far away. Whenever we pushed on one guild, the other guild would be on our base. We tried to keep it offensive at the first 30-40 minutes. We tried to push all the time. It was quite unorganized at the beginning, but then we got used to it. We had to move with the horses a lot. Had to put a lot of traps. At the first 30-40 minutes, we didn't make much progress, but eventually we managed to take down a lot of buildings from FinalEnemy. But then again, whenever we did that, Voss would push on our base. We took down FinalEnemy's fort to like 40-50%. Voss took down ours in the meantime to like 30%. We had to go back, take them out. And it kind of juggled like this for a while. It was a very intense fight. There were a lot of gaps in our base. We had to fix them. And honestly, they had a lot of, they had double the amount of elephants, and it was really difficult for us to push out of our base when there were gaps. They could just go into our base and take out every structure without a problem if we ever wanted to win. The fight continued for like 2 hours. We wiped Voss and FinalEnemy a lot. If we wanted to, we could have liberated it by just playing defensively, but we kept on pushing, trying to take down FinalEnemy. FinalEnemy rebuilt really well. There were a lot of them. There were a lot of FinalEnemy and a lot of Voss as well. There were occasions where we fought both guilds at the same time. Like there were FinalEnemy at the front. We took down FinalEnemy. There was Voss behind the raid. So they were coordinated well together. They were pushing together. They were pushing from different sides, trying to sandwich us. They managed once. It was FinalEnemy fought really well. A lot of players. So I'm happy you guys decided to join the siege scene. It's good to see you here.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you did really good.
I mean, I guess you recognized the big hole in our wall.
Oh yes.
Lone Wolf, can I ask a question, please?
Sure.
You said you could have, defended, but you decided to play offensively.
Yeah.
What part of your attack did you decide to stop and play stun traps?
We placed stun traps on.
Were those offensive stun traps?
Wait, could you repeat that? You mean where we're placing our stun traps?
Yeah, you said you were just attacking, and that's why you lost.
We use stun traps offensively, dude. When we see the raid ahead of us, we just put the stun traps.
That's called defending. If you want to attack into somebody, you don't put down stun traps, you attack them. Standing still, placing stun traps is defending.
But we were attacking without stun traps too, man. I mean, I don't
Okay, that's fine.
right? Aside from the nitpicking, I mean, we just, there was no point in just fighting for 2 more hours, holding out in the bridges. Some guild had to go down. Either we would have won or they. So we just kept on pushing. Eventually, Vikings Elephant Riders realized that the gates, they go down really fast, and instead of hitting a fence, they started hitting the gate. That gate went down. We were taking down. We were taking down FinalEnemy at that point. We were like down to 30-40% again, but Vikings got in our base. They took out everything, and they took out our fort while we were at FinalEnemy space. So we went down around 2 hours. Well played by them.
I still have a question for FinalEnemy. What made you decide to siege this week? Because we had a decent amount of node wars against you guys over the course of the last couple of weeks, and you performed pretty strong in most of them. You packed quite a punch with all of your members. So how come you decided to come Serendia this week in specific?
Was more kind of spontaneously, or basically we already knew that our members want to join sieges.
Let me rephrase the question. How much did Voss pay you guys?
Not much though. For us, it was more like joining in, basically.
All right, so just the building cost. I see.
Yeah, exactly. Just have our what we put in out again. For us, it was more about joining and have fun.
I mean, that's a good thing. I just wanted to say that. I just wanted to say that I think you could have won the territory if you fought Vikings. Honestly, I mean, you had a good attendance, really good attendance.
Yeah, maybe next time we will. No, but for the first time we went there, it's good to come. Yeah. Also, I mean, there was still Millennium, so and also I don't think it's hard to say whether or not we could have fight force.
Honestly,
and that's not what it was about today.
Fair enough, but I mean, you could have won the territory. That's what I'm saying, and gotten more than a final war pay.
All right, Voss, you guys want to add something to all of this?
We came up with a good pre-siege thing to do that I think helped us quite a lot. Everybody was a little bit sort of nervous, like, oh, it's Millennium, quite a big guild. So Freya came up with the theory of guild yoga, and I feel like it helped a lot. So there's a tip for everyone: guild yoga.
Was it static yoga on the floor or dynamic yoga?
It was more just sort of the breathing. Like, people could move if they wanted to, but it was mainly just focusing on the breathing. It was good. Well done, Freya. Good idea.
But otherwise, yeah. We started out. We knew where Millennium Space was, and just before the siege were started, their war with FinalEnemy popped, which I bet FinalEnemy wasn't completely ready for. So 1 minute or like 20 seconds before the siege war started, Millennium jumped FinalEnemy. And yeah, after that we pushed back and forward. We could probably have had a really nice fight with FinalEnemy in the end as well. Lone was thinking that they're a lot stronger than us.
I'm just saying that.
Not a lot, but I mean, from our perspective, when we had to push on their base, they did a pretty solid job defending from us.
Imagine what we could have done if we had a closed wall.
Yes, definitely.
The wall
But
was a
look at
real
it,
choke point now, because
yeah.
if you would fight uphill, it was hard to land basically any skill. What you could get hit quite hard. So it was also kind of a death trap at the same time.
Yeah, we went into that death trap multiple times. We were prepared to surround the base, but you always would get out and fight back. So that was also one thing.
Also, the hole was an amazing Rambo lure. Any person that's like, I'm going in, just gets straight through the hole and gets destroyed.
Yeah, it was also nicely covered by 2 Hawatches and 2 flamethrowers that shredded us multiple times.
Yeah, until we decided to surround the base with Witch Wizard meta, you know, just nuking every building out from the outside.
All right,
Fight.
so what were the numbers like for each of you guys?
Kind of floated around. Go on.
No, you go first, man.
We floated around 75, but eventually I think it hit 80.
We were around 61 plus minus 2, I guess.
I already said before, right? Oh.
Yep. Any questions left to each other, guys?
Millennium, how much polished stone do you reckon you used? Because that was quite a lot of repairing.
Oh yeah, we used quite a lot. I am not sure how many exactly, but
Yeah, there was a lot of damage running on bases, but I think FinalEnemy used more than us.
Yeah, we did it. We actually at one point we sent people to the city to get new ones.
Yeah, after the first big push, you were kind of slow to repair the base, but on the second big push, I saw pretty much half of your guild repairing the fort, which was surprising to see.
I think I
Honestly,
saw
yeah.
you guys grinding rough stones.
Yeah, so a guy grinding rough stone.
Millennium, do you already know where you're gonna go next week? Are there any plans? Or where would you maybe see yourself next week?
Well, honestly, next week will be interesting because, you know, we have a liberated castle territory and some guild leaders whispering me, and, you know, it's not really hard to say, so I can't really say honestly.
So you want to go Balenos?
We should totally ally up on that.
Yeah, we can zerk down Venari together.
Venari?
What's a Venari?
You need to look at the map, bro.
That's
Upside down addicted, you
you.
Upside down addicted.
Ishkor is even in it.
What's an Ishkor?
Guys, don't talk about the dead, please.
It's my grandpa, please don't be rude.
I guess you guys don't like Venari that much, eh?
That's so fucking mean.
I think Venari is amazing. It's the K I don't like.
No,
I think
I
he's
love
running.
Venari. No, I love Venari. They're actively trying to fix the siege scene by going to Balenos with addicted enemy and the PvP cut off Margulis. It's just fucking awesome. And then they complain about getting zerged. It feels good.
What do you mean? We told you last week what the plan is at the moment. And
yeah, you told us.
Who's
but
complaining about being zerged? We had a good fight.
I'm not talking to a tier one.
Call the fuck down!
I guess it's time to move on to Balenos.
TK is Bay, man. TK is Bay. I don't know. I wouldn't be able to.
Can TK come on the podcast already?
Did you just say TK is gay, or?
He's fucking his wife.
Where's TK?
Oh, then it's kind of weird.
You don't know the true TK until you've heard them doing shot calling while pushing old school space in Valencia. That was great.
Are you telling you wouldn't go gay for TK? Come on, man.
That sounds like a hashtag, man.
I don't know. Is he still tight or is he used?
Right, man. Tell everybody in your stream to write down gay for TK.
All right. Anything left to discuss about Serendia, guys?
How was Millennium's base tonight? Were the structures inside the fence or outside the fence?
Most of them were inside.
Tonight. Yeah, they're inside.
They were inside of the fences, every single one of the structures, and
Is that RNG based or is it something else?
That's pretty impressive, actually.
I can guarantee you, Xeno, all the structures were inside of the base.
I'd also
Okay,
like to rep Millennium.
yeah,
was
good,
a single, single guy who was sent out to kill cannons by himself. He seemed a little bit upset about that. And fair play to him for putting up good fights in the Witch Tower.
Yeah, there were double amount of cannons and elephants. It was quite tough for these guys.
Pelos Soma, where are you from? You have a sexy accent.
Thank you, Zeno. Scotland.
Of course you're from Scotland. I can
course.
smell it on you. What part?
Northeast.
Wow.
You've
Okay,
got a
moving
good
on.
music xenocrat.
I didn't know you swung that way, Zeno.
Hey, I'll swing anyway.
Oh.
Not Medaya, apparently.
Yep.
Hey, we tried. We were invited. We declined.
You should go dogging, dude.
All right, guys. Let's just move on to Balenos for now, because like before this gets out of the way, I'm pretty sure it was like 5 guild fight, but at least 2 of them are not here. So Spicy, you guys are new for this scene. You want to start this one?
Sure, man. So we are like a small scale guild. We went today with 24, right?
Yes,
I think
24. No, 24.
Yeah. So
okay.
we basically, our plan was like to just have fun, you know. We thought like Venari is not gonna defend because they obviously want to save the siege scene, you know. And sadly, they went there with full force. They really started fighting hard. It was a pretty tough one. But at the end, you can zerk every guild down, so they died. After that, KHAOS went to our base and we got zerked down, what felt pretty bad. So, yeah.
Yeah, like the plan was initially to just surge down Venari so they never return, and then do normal 2v2 with the RAGNAROK against KHAOS and that factory, and well, basically Venari died and we had like 90 people in front of our base and like 3 or 4 elephants, I don't know, just our entire base exploded. We then held for quite some time while RAGNAROK tried doing damage to that factory's base, but I guess they didn't get too much done, and we eventually went out against people from KHAOS. That was pretty much it, I guess. In the beginning, it was mainly that factory and KHAOS pushing against Venari while RAGNAROK. I don't know what they were doing. I didn't see them around the beginning of the siege war. And we just decided to go with our group to the fort, pressure the place a little bit, bait some engages, disengage, re-engage, just normal stuff. And after a while, just Venari went out. It was mainly body throwing from most guilds, even though I want to mention that we had a positive war score by 9 kills. That was pretty much the entire siege.
Basically, we zerged the fuck out of Venari, and then 2 guilds surged us. Easy.
Was pretty funny to Venari, like as you maybe don't know, I have birthday today, and seeing
No one
Venari
cares,
die,
Yannick!
seeing Venari die was like the best present of my life. Like I never felt so good in my life. It was just beautiful.
Nobody gonna say anything. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, happy
Holy
birthday,
shit,
dude.
man.
It's actually Ox's birthday too.
I don't want to say anything to him right now, man. No, just kidding. Happy birthday, dude.
Yeah, fuck Ox. What the fuck?
It's not his birthday anymore.
Oh, this is true. It was 13 minutes ago.
Officially.
Oh wait.
So Spicy guys, are you here to stay? Like, will we see you next week?
Well, it was like
Debatable.
the worst and best siege I ever had. Also my first one, and I don't know. I want to do it again. It was fun. We're missing some players at the moment. Like in the guild, we're trying to recruit good PvPers, but we have like non-obligatory I guess environment, like we're not forcing attendance, etc. Like real life comes first, and I know some people are just taking a break because of summer, etc. So we were kind of low on members. We definitely want to try it again and see how we fare. Maybe with more attending.
I hear the plan is to take a territory and it'll resurrect Mimosar.
Dude, we're gonna go, I don't know, Valencia or Calpheon. We're like talking to both guilds right now and trying to find a suitable deal. But yeah. I don't know. I definitely want to return. I think I can speak on behalf of most of my guild. Obviously, the FPS can be really, really fucking annoying at times, and there's a lot we have to improve on as a guild. I don't know. Just, for example, we need Zerks. We don't really have any Zerks in the guild. So if any of you are like Zergs and looking for a new guild, feel free to apply. But yeah, we're gonna return.
Spicy, I've got a guy in my guild asking where you guys are from.
We're basically
South Africa.
No, we're basically the merge between the Cruxus Guild Discord and the Jardine Guild Azura or Biflame or Bifrost, and it's basically old school players from both of these servers, and we decided to make something relaxed but kind of hardcore, just PvP focused, quality over quantity, and we've just done like initially we've just both of our guilds got zerged until what node was until we got fed up, so we merged. It's been going quite well, so I don't know. We thought sieges might be fun, so now here we are.
I have a couple questions for Spicy.
Go on.
All right. A, what's your average AP?
260.
260 with 10 ogre rings.
That's pretty solid. Have you ever thought moving out of like the potato field territories with your 260 AP?
No, we like tier 2 nodes, Zerging Lemon down. That's what fulfills us, you know.
Yeah, we're definitely looking for these tier 2 fights where we can Zerg guilds down with 20 players. Like, it's just the best feeling ever.
Yeah, I can imagine.
They're good.
And have you ever thought about making all your stupid rangers and DKs reroll to useful classes?
Yeah.
I
You
guess
just say DK reroll to useful classes?
Yes, that's flavor of the month
Wait,
now.
what?
Rolling away from DK to your old class.
It's racist.
I mean, Para leveled a Zerg but gave up. Rangers are the best class ever. We just have to get 100 Rangers and spam Descending Current, and maybe it will deal some damage.
You know I still have some Thorns elixirs? You'll fucking die before I do.
Damn. God damn. We have to counter that somehow. We'll work something out, and then we'll return to Balenos, and I mean, are you gonna return, Siri?
Don't know
if
yet.
you can speak on behalf
I
of
don't
your
think
guild.
so. I don't think
Okay.
so.
I thought you want to save the siege scene from the circuits on Balenos. Like, we need you.
Yeah, we need you.
What is there to save?
Like,
Spicy.
you know, I think we need like a bit more help. Like, if you could help us get Valencia, it would be pretty lit.
We will make you like a meme montage video, you know?
Hell yeah.
All right, so Siri, you want to add something about the siege from Venari's perspective?
I don't know. Well, yeah, it kind of ended up with like a 1v4. We got some weird request from Mr. Coyboy here at the start to not zerg them down, which was a bit weird considering they attacked us straight away. But okay.
That's not how it went, man. So basically,
Explain
what
me.
happened was, I said to Artie, I would appreciate it if you don't run to our base, what I think you would have done anyway, because like, you want to Balenos, and I know you want to stay there because you don't have the moral to, like, as a new guild, to stay there. So you need a bit of a moral boost, you know, for your members. So payouts, everything nice. But now this one guild comes called Spicy, yeah? And you're like, oh shit, they have dank memes, they have everything. So you wanted to TP on us, but my strategies didn't do it. Like, you didn't zerg us down. Perfect. And then you died, and you lost. RIP.
Like, we just realized that we'd be on that territory and we'd get zerged by literally everything that's like crawling on there. And I'd rather get zerged by a guild that belongs on the territory than by a guild who member and strength-wise doesn't belong to that territory. Because I feel like Venari, even though Teke named some, I don't know, he gave some reasons that are understandable for being there right now, but I still think Venari is way too strong to like sit there and like farm lower geared guilds.
Do you think Venari are too good for Balenos, or Balenos is too bad for Venari?
Balenos is Venari is too good for Balenos. Let's be honest. They have like core members from fucking Addicted and core members from what's it called? Enemy. I don't know. They're
Ember.
stacked.
Where
No,
would
they-
you see them going if you were them? What would you do in their position?
I would ally up for another
Disband.
territory, but I guess Teke is not doing that anymore. You could also just go to Medaya, Serendia. I mean, even old school, let's be honest, they bring like, how many people do you bring?
75 plus.
Like, that's a
78.
challenge that you could take as Venari. I don't know, if you want to test yourself, but
Do you think
Oh,
they
we
should
had it.
also advance to the tier 4 castles known as the Tribute Wagon and take their PvP there?
no.
As Siri was about to say, they had a GVG, and as far as I know, old school one.
Yeah. Went like
400 skills.
the final war to like 1,000, went up like 850 to 1,000, I think.
Yeah, to be fair, they were a lot stronger than we were anticipating.
It was pretty close.
Old school always say that. You know, they fought us like a month ago and they were like, you know, Shadow Elite, you know, they're really strong. You know, they're much stronger than we were anticipating. But don't believe their lies.
we
It's
have
all,
to keep your
all
hopes up.
manipulations. All manipulations.
We have to keep your hopes up, else you would never come back.
We never had any hopes.
We have yet to implement like sovereign strategies, making people reroll to actual useful classes like Witch and Wizard. Like, gotta decrease the amount of Rangers that we have. It's far too many.
Have you reached 47 yet?
No, working on it, but slowly getting there, maybe.
All right. So
Spice has
anything
47.
anything
has
else
47
to
Rangers.
add, Siri?
Don't know. Well, we had a good fight, I guess. Lasted like 1 hour, 20 minutes, and I think we had about 64 and later 66 people. Yeah, and that's about it. Went back and forth, almost got, was it the factory at the start, I think? Got them down to like 55-ish%, because we started there
Yeah.
right away, then got pushed out by KHAOS. And then in the end, we had to kind of like, I don't know, defend from all sides. So we stayed more towards our base. Tried to do one push on Spicy at one point, but yeah, I don't know, we couldn't afford having like 50-20 people in Spicy while having the other 3 guilds attack our base pretty much. So we kind of stopped that and just went full defense. Eventually, you would have hoped like timers to kick in, help a bit, but didn't happen. Went down constantly. Too much cannon fire and everything to kind of defend against 4 guilds.
All right. KHAOS, your turn, guys.
Hey, yeah, we're back now after 2-week break. We basically came back, but we still have a bit of a attendance issue because a lot of people are on summer holidays and stuff like that. But we wanted to come back and have some fun again. Your turn, Feed.
Oh yeah, sure. It was a bit rough fight, Venari. We didn't expect them to be that good. I mean, we came with that factory, and luckily for us, it was a few more in Balenos, so we teamed up with them and had a good fight against them. And eventually they went down, but it took quite a long time. And then we had a fight, as Spicy said, 2 versus 2. And we fought Spice for a while, and as soon as they're down, we had a rough fight again against RAGNAROK. And with a few pushes, we abused their skills on a bit to our advantage, and eventually they fall down. And then we did a coin flip between us and their factory, and yeah, that's how we ended up with the region basically. But again, it wasn't easy. It was a rough fight from the beginning to the end. I was all drenched in sweat, so I mean, it was very rough to lead this fight. Very good engagement from every guild there, I have to say that.
Did you just say coin flip?
Coin flip?
Jacqueline, I would like to ask a question about the KHAOS strategy tonight, please.
Oh yeah.
You mentioned this coin flip, which we hear week in and week out. Could you talk us through exactly what this entails, please?
I don't know. I don't do the coin flip. The guild leaders do that shit. I'm just there.
So you're telling us that they flip a coin in secret and then tell you the result?
Yeah.
Do you go on Skype and take on camera?
They're like.
I trust my GM
Do you
explicitly
flip on
really
camera?
well. Well, there's a coin flip in Discord. So essentially,
How?
well, don't you know how? There's a
Yeah,
bot.
Yeah, but you
fucking
flip the coin and then the other guy says the result.
No,
Yeah,
you can
no
actually
proof.
How does the coin
actually the
flip
coin
work?
flip.
Yeah.
The coin flip can actually be done in chat, and you can actually see the results.
How does that work? I only know the
That's
table flip.
intrigued.
I don't know. Somebody put it on our Discord, and I don't know how it works.
Our
Discord
rigged.
like
No, no,
Can
no.
you make a YouTube tutorial about that? I'm really interested.
Our
That
GM
coin
sits at
flip
this
might be
table and streaming
seriously
and flip a
rigged.
coin. That's how
It's
it works.
rigged.
If you need help about coin flips, man, Resilience is really good in it.
Jacqueline, what's your favorite side of the coin?
That is a trick question, and I'm not going to answer that.
You a heads girl or a tails girl?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I think that's why I asked.
All
Well,
right,
I'm
so
not going to answer that.
The difference between an A and a U is so fucking big.
all right,
Yeah, we're
guys.
actually
So
good at the game.
Dakar is gonna get you on his podcast again, dude. Watch out what he's saying.
It doesn't have enough accuracy for me, bitch.
Dude.
so what were the numbers from everyone today on Balenos?
24.
We were around 60 people.
Well, Siri.
Siri?
Like I said, 64, maybe 66 at the end when 2 people came late or something.
All right, so any questions left?
Is the Death Factory here?
Nope.
No, they didn't come. They
Yeah,
had
the
some other
numbers?
stuff to deal with.
Numbers?
They were roughly the same as us.
Okay.
All right, no questions on Balenos meme stands. Let's move on to Medaya. I'm not sure if one approach showed up today. Sunrunner, you want to start this one?
Oh, sure, why not? Well, after last siege in Balenos, we were sitting down with the officers, thinking where to go, like spinning a globe, and just randomly putting a knife somewhere. And we decided Media. We thought, let's go take on old school 1v1. And suddenly when we came there, we placed there first actually. And suddenly there were some people like from Leviathan, we saw them first and we're like, "Oi mate, what you doing here?" And then we also met some other people. And turns out all of them wanted to go for Medi as well, so we behaved like civilized guilds would behave. Whenever you want something, you go and make a queue for it. Right? So we queued up in front of the castle, like real gentlemen, and started going in one after another. So we did that for the 4 hours, was pretty good. Unfortunately, we didn't quite get what we wanted. And yeah, that's how it went.
Are you telling me you went Medaya without knowing there's other guilds there? Like Leviathan and such?
Absolutely. As I said, we placed first at, I think, a pretty classic spot as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you think that anyone would believe that?
Do you think you had a genuine chance against old school?
Sure, man, the score looked pretty good for us.
Dude, Nigan, maybe we have a chance against old school as well.
I think we should go. We should go fucking Valencia, dude.
We should do it, man. Let's sobering up for that. A nice 1v1. Us against Pessel.
Sure, would be okay with that.
All right, Resilience, you guys want to tell us about your experience today?
Odds?
I have fell asleep with this shit waiting all this time. Luna.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I mean, yeah, we were planning on going Serendia, but we did a coin flip and, the coin ended up on Medaya. So, we randomly decided to go Medaya as well.
When we started
Yeah. Well,
building, actually, we had like there were already 3 castles placed or 2 castles placed, so we knew we had company, and that was even a bigger incentive for us to build because it's always nice to have company storming a castle. And yeah, we had no organization whatsoever. We just placed. We just met the guilds. We just talked to the last moment, and to have like a basic order on who goes in first, who goes in second, who goes in third and fourth, and so on. And that's it. Well, I didn't say it ended up as a victory, but I couldn't say that it ended up as a loss. The map is liberated. I think we will see some new faces next week, meaning a lot of guilds that chickened out will join because it's liberated, and it's much easier to join this time because there's no castle, there's no choke points this time, there's no stairs to block with the cannon observatories and all that shit mechanics with the castle shit. Gay fucking shit.
Old school built these buildings in front of the stairs. They built them during the fight.
Yeah, no.
Don't you think you have some to pay some credits to old school for defending for hours in that manner?
Well, it's natural to place the cannon observatories to the.
No, it's not natural. They have like.
It is natural. We did it as well when we had Medaya. It's a way to block the elephants, and you just rebuild them.
Jules, you don't do siege. What are you talking about?
You should
you
give
got that idea from
you got to give
somewhere.
old school some credit. I mean, old school really did a fantastic job tonight. I mean, they fought hard for 4 hours. I mean, we were looking at streamers from some of the other guilds that were there beginning with L, and some of those streamers literally V'd and commit suicide off the bridges instead of attacking the castle.
Yeah,
but old school just fought and fought and fought and fought.
Actually, wait.
Wait, I wanted to say that, Luna. I wanted to say
You have the
that.
screenshot from Atalos?
Yeah,
Alright,
I have
go link it.
Well, first of all, of course I'm gonna give credit, but Swiper asked me to say our perspective. So we're saying resilience perspective. We're not old school to say old school perspective, and they did a good job. I think the thing that I remember from old school is this guy. This guy is the best wizard EU. This guy, when he fought us, he did this. He just fell. 1 sec.
Is that Voldazo?
Yeah,
That's
he did,
Voldazo. That's amazing.
Fuck this fight.
Luna posted because I need to log in fucking Twitch.
Let me 1 sec. Where do I post it?
It's in the
Yeah,
EU
they already
podcast.
linked it.
People are already spamming it. I think there's something about like people from our guild and that.
Where can I watch it? I have no idea where can I watch that
I
clip?
put it in the
Screenshot.
stream chat. Yeah.
Just make sure
Check
people
it.
want to jump out of the bridge. It's not the first time it happens.
Leave my boy Voldazo.
Was that not a tactical decision though from Voldazo?
There's just use of game mechanics. I mean, the game provides gravity and he's using it.
He was
Just because you
following
guys-
in the
yeah.
footsteps of Darko.
Maybe it was a coin flip decision.
I want to go back to the coin flip. Are you
I
guys
think
seriously telling me
Audac's
that it was
people
down
needed
to a
it, man.
coin flip? And High Dawn just happened to throw their knife on Medaya. You're gonna tell me Leviathan rolled the dice, and
I don't know
But you
about the
still-
other guilds why they built. I know that I was sick of Serendia, and we said, "Fuck it, let's go Medaya." I
And
think
all
it's
four of
the-
you just
Shadow Elite were asked to go Leviathan last Saturday night after the podcast. You know, we
Really?
were, yeah.
Nice. Well, it's
Yeah.
up to you and Leviathan. I'm not Leviathan. So
Yeah.
right now, it was a fun fight. It will be much more interesting next week. That's about it.
All right, so I got a couple questions. First one is to both Hydon and Resilience. Did the fight go as you expect, guys?
I don't think we really knew what to expect, man.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, there was 4 guilds, like you should have expected something, right?
Well, we said at the start when we first met with the other guilds that we all said that we shouldn't underestimate it. We shouldn't underestimate any enemy. No matter who is in the castle, you should never underestimate your opponent. So we started, but it's not that we have played side by side with any of these guilds back in the past. So it was something new, and the positioning and how you go in waves inside, it was a brand new experience, I think, for everyone.
You were coming in waves?
I think so.
All right.
So it's like a constant.
Was it high tide or low tide?
Well, as I said, we were like civilized guilds. We made a queue for when we wanted.
All right, Sandra, the same question.
Well, I guess as the gates went on pretty normally, that one was expected. But anything else was quite a grind.
It was your fucking plan to. Haydon went in the elephants first on their tier 1 elephants to trigger the traps, and then the other guilds going on their tier 2 elephants. That was your plan, right?
Lies and deception.
With a guild there with the name High Dawn, did none of you think that maybe taking the roof could have been important?
Xenocrat, where was your guild, by the way? Did you build anywhere?
We were watching. We were watching.
No, I mean,
this isn't about Shadow Elite. This is about the Medea Siege odds.
but
And we're not
since
saying
you're-
anything. We're not saying anything about you. So just calm your panties. Just sit down and let the panties are optional. Let the constructive discussion continue.
Since you are talking non-stop, did you attend sieges?
Sorry, I just stopped my non-stop talk to listen to you. Are you honestly asking if we attended sieges? Because clearly you know exactly how many sieges we've attended. Why don't we just bring this back to
What
Medea?
he's talking about today, dude.
I'm
Of course,
talking about
you know
today.
we weren't there. Everybody knows we weren't there.
I
Like, what
didn't
are you
know.
asking?
I didn't
Of course you
listen
do.
to-
You know.
Oh, okay, yeah, Shadow Retreat was in Medea as well.
Oh my god, this guy.
If you would like to pretend we were there, we can. But I'm asking a question.
Man, you can answer with a yes or a no. Are you stupid?
Pardon?
You can answer with
You've
a yes
not
or
asked
no.
a question that has a
Did
yes
you
or no
attend
answer.
sieges today?
You know we didn't. Why are you asking that?
Because I didn't know.
Are you the fucking retard?
Oh, that's pretty rude.
Whatever. Guys, all right. So
Why are you even here then?
Because I was invited here. Why are you here? Because my guild did about as much fucking use in Siege tonight as your
all
shit
right,
guild
stop,
did.
guys. Come on.
I don't even know why I don't even know why the fuck am I here?
Yeah, Jules,
Yeah,
why the
there's
fuck are you?
there's a heap of
Why
people.
am I here? I'm just spectating sieges for
Yeah,
8
exactly.
weeks consecutive, and I'm still.
There's a heap of people here tonight, odds, that weren't in the siege. You know, why are you so fucking salty? Like, you took 4 fucking Manchester guilds, and no offense to High Dawn, like, you guys, you know, you fight really bravely. You've got a bit of a journey to make, but resilience and the guild beginning with L with that fucking raging streamer or whatever the fuck that guy's called, who like veered off the fucking bridge to suicide and then rage quit after 2 hours and said. But anyway, moving on. I mean, we're just asking some questions here, bro. Not to be so angry.
Oh,
I mean, you
wait,
body,
dude, we only asked
what
the
did you
question
body
as well,
through
man.
like
Holy
you
shit.
body
One sec,
through
one sec.
150 fucking manches against a fucking stone wall for 4 hours. And half the people I saw in Leviathan are threatening to quit the fucking game because of it. So you tell me, what did you do tonight that was so amazing?
Okay,
What
one
was the
second.
gameplay?
Because I wasn't alone and someone was sleeping behind me. I was trying to take it easy, but you are so retarded beyond measure, so I had to wake her up and take her to the other room. Wait. One sec.
Uh-oh.
Πήγαινε λίγο δίπλα. Πήγαινε λίγο δίπλα.
One tzatziki, please.
Okay, so listen, Xenocrap, Xenofart, Xenoretard, Xenorat, and Xenotrash. Listen, right now I tried to play nice to you. You are retarded beyond measure. Okay?
You didn't
We
try to
came
play nice. You knew we weren't at the siege. You asked a question where we
Okay,
are tonight
listen,
because
okay,
you were trying to
oh my
elicit
God.
an answer, which you already knew. Asking
shut
a
up.
question towards an answer you already
Shut
know
up.
is just fucking retarded.
Xenocrat,
you were-
you're always
okay.
telling people to be quiet when they're talking.
And
you're
you're
the
also
first
talking,
person to
Luna.
always talking through
Luna,
somebody.
Luna. I
retarded
respect
voice.
odds. I respect odds. I don't
You
respect
respect
you because
shit.
you're a child. So just be quiet.
Oh my god.
You call everyone retards that you respect?
Can you shut up, please?
Zeno, let me reform Odd's question. What was your inspiration behind not building on any territory this week? What was the inspiration behind it?
His inspiration is that his guild has
odds.
lost 20 members the past 10 days, and from
What?
97 guilds, the 97 members, he
Wow.
has gone down to 79.
That's actually
dropping
really
constantly.
actually not
And
true.
this
But
guy
anyway,
is
okay.
talking all this time. He keeps talking, and you are saying nothing in the end. Why are you even here? Do you attend sieges? We are here because we attend sieges.
Why are Sovereign here then? An enemy?
Why are
It's the same
enemy here?
thing.
Why are stubborn here?
Because
Seriously,
they're
Odds.
castle holders. What the fuck?
Did they do a
So you're
siege today?
changing the rules again.
And professional siege spectators. I just want to add that. Go
we had a
ahead.
wagon.
I'm really.
Why are we still here? Just to suffer?
Why are we here?
All right, so getting back to actual siege discussion, since none of you guys agreed to come to Medaya, I just wanted to ask Resilience, how come that both Harmony and Leviathan started at your base position?
Come on, dude.
They saw where we placed, where we were placing. I think everyone knew our base, man. You knew, they knew. Why? Because we were placing steel structures in the middle of Saturday noon. Everyone knew where everyone's base is. So that's a simple question.
Don't you think you should start to hide it a bit? Make it a bit more subtle where you place?
Subtle about what?
Exactly. Like we screenshotted Odds placing his fucking base whatever a couple of weeks ago. It's like the blind leading the blind. You know, when you need to bring 4 guilds to Zerg down a Castlegate, you don't worry about subtle tactics.
Xenofart, you are so salty because Lazy Peon made a video about your crap guild right now, and you are in need of attention, man. Why? What the fuck? You are in a Medaya talk and you talk.
Hang on,
you are outside of
hang on a
Medaya
minute.
Siege.
Hang on a minute.
You're outside of Medaya Siege.
You're outside of Medaya Siege just as much as we are right now. All you did was camp for 4 hours and body feed.
Okay.
Like we
Swiper,
took,
are we
listen,
outside
listen,
of Medaya
listen,
Siege?
listen. We took Medaya Castle as much as you did tonight. Okay? Like I went there, you know, a couple of stone crabs attacked me on a different channel. That's about as much as you guys did.
You chickened out. You didn't sign up. You didn't build anywhere. You just took a break, and that's natural. That's human.
I have a question for Odds.
Well,
I have a question for everyone. Why am I talking with Xenofart here instead of all the guilds that participated? And I'm talking with a guild that is not even here.
Asked us a question instead of asking them a question.
You still didn't answer, and you're still rambling here.
You never gave me the opportunity to answer. When you ask a question, generally after you ask it, you need to stop and let the person respond instead of rambling on like a broken fucking record.
You are rambling on like you are in
I
the
have to agree with
hairdresser.
Odds. I think you're
You
the
are
one rambling,
rambling,
man.
Okay, let's reset this again. Let's
Shut
just
up,
forget.
Octo.
Let's
Malaka.
let's just forget the past half an hour happened, Odds. Okay, which is probably going to be easy for you, and just ask me a question and I will answer it for you. Of course I will.
Why did you not siege this week, Xena?
Because we were on a week break. Because for the past, whatever
next,
we've been. Listen, I'm giving you the reasons. We've been, repeatedly zarred down, and we just thought we would take a break and see what happened. We'd been Odds, just listen. We'd been invited to be at this whatever that was tonight in Medaya, and I asked what the options were and who was coming, and I decided we didn't want to be a part of that. I advised against doing it. I said, you're not going to take the castle. I was told we will definitely take the castle, and I was like, you're not going to, Old School are pretty strong, you're underestimating them, and I just said, we're not going to be a part of this. So there you have it.
I'm sorry for interrupting, I have a question now. So you've been invited to randomly place your fort after coin flipping on Medaya?
Maybe the coin landed on the no side.
He was invited to flip a coin. Okay,
It was rock paper scissors. It would have been for them.
I'm confused. Are we flipping coins? Or are we spinning globes? Which tactics are we using here?
I think everybody takes their own tactic as long as it's random.
It's a coin on a globe.
You guys, can you let him answer though?
What do you mean? What answer?
Zeno, you still here? You kind of disappeared on us, man.
Oh wait, what? What? Sorry, what was the question?
Yeah, question was like, yeah, you've been invited to like flip a coin to randomly place a fort on Medaya.
We've got no money. We don't have a castle. We can't flip any coins.
Fucking hell.
Can we go back to Shackle's question for
Wait,
odds?
I'm sorry, I can't keep track of that. So,
God damn it, Jules.
Zeno,
Fucking hell.
you didn't place a fort at all.
No, we tried to place. We placed on Wednesday, but we couldn't get the structure built in time.
So
I was building my galley and I had no scanlings for that shit.
I hear enemy are quite good at building forts.
how can you?
Jules, are you drunk? Are you drunk, man? Come on.
No, I'm not.
No, we never came. Like, we were asked last Saturday night if we wanted to be a part of a big alliance on Medaya.
Still, thank
And
you for your €1
Yeah.
donation, man.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me, but I'll take the credit.
Of course, that wasn't you.
On Sunday morning, I told Wiggles that
we all
we didn't want it.
We all know that was you. That was
Well, okay. I mean, if I had one of those British pounds, I would give it to you.
So Xeno, I have a question for you. Are you against these kind of alliances in Medaya? Do you not agree with?
I'm against them if in the final outcome, most of the players in the guilds doing it did not enjoy the experience. Of course I am. And what I've heard is many of those players did not enjoy the experience. So why should you be for that? Why should you put players through something that in general they don't enjoy? And I'm sure chat's going to be full of people. Oh, we really enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it. But they didn't. Most people didn't enjoy it.
Can I stop you there for a second? Because I hear a lot about these, like guilds going to meet grind on castle, on attack. I want just to point out that we as old school were on the other end multiple times on Alustin. We just attacked the castle and got fucked over and over. And you have two choices. You either go back to Balenos or like you just try to do different things and apply different strategies until you succeed.
Mm-hmm. And to be honest, it can be quite enjoyable even with a lot of failure. And also, what do you prefer though? Seeing 3 guilds sit in castles for 20 plus weeks and giving their money to a very famous streamer?
Of course not. I'm completely for attacking, and you're going to say, we were not there tonight. We weren't in the siege. We weren't attacking. And yeah, that's true. But other weeks we have. You can look at that, and we were attacking castles. But out of the 3 castles, maybe old school are a little bit weaker than enemy and sovereign, but Medaya Castle is much harder to attack.
But Xeno, how many?
One of the other castles would have been a better option.
How many coin flips do you want to bet that you're going to be in Medaya next week?
If you give me some coins, I will flip them all day long.
I see.
Can I ask my question now?
Yeah, go on.
Okay. I have a question for odds. Brazilians in general. How much did you guys shit your pants at 2001? Or 1959 when we were like all stacked up on top of your base?
What do you mean? At the start?
Not that much, to be honest.
We all crashed, and then we all logged back in, and we just happened to be standing right next to your tent. It was just a miracle.
You guys know we've been through guilds waiting at our base as soon as the siege starts. So this wasn't really anything new for us. And we knew, considering we were closest to you guys, closest to the castle, and you guys would take out or try to take out one of the guilds first straight at the beginning, we kind of expected you guys to be here. So it wasn't too much of a surprise for us.
But okay, if it wasn't so much of a surprise, how come you were not more prepared?
What way?
What do you mean? We ported in the base and we wiped you.
I just remember logging in and just seeing odds there alone.
Everyone else was at the villas, they ported. Then, to be honest, it's what Luna said. We were completely, trained by Shadow Delete, because Shadow Delete, that's their tactics. They wait at the base pops when the siege starts, so they start attacking the buildings. It's completely unethical way, but that's the game mechanic. So
Can I, sorry to interrupt you, those were just a series of unfortunate coincidences.
That's what I said, right? We just
Whatever.
happened to all disconnect at the same time, and when we logged back in, we just happened to be standing inside of your base. It was complete freak coincidence.
There's so much RNG in this game, and it's insane.
Coin flips, globe spins.
Why do you say it's
cards.
unethical? I'm actually curious.
Wait, what was unethical?
For old school right now, what's the best thing to do? I mean, of course you want to try to take out the guild instantly.
We had very limited options, let's say that.
Yeah. And you guys did very fucking well in the end, you know, of course.
Well, we weren't very surprised, and we are not gonna be surprised if you go Medaya next week and you dodge Calpheon and Valencia. These things are to be expected.
Are you talking about old school or Shadow Elite?
Old school. The Shadow Elite is coming Medaya. Probably.
We're going Balenos now that the Venari menace has been thwarted.
Yeah, from bad to worse, maybe. Who knows? Maybe next week you will be 70 members.
All right.
Odds, are you honestly like poking fun if some people like quit the game? Like, is that honestly something you're doing right now? Because like when we see people leaving a guild, or I mean, nobody's like quit our guild. Like we've had like 5 or 6 people quit the game over the summer. Like, is that something that you're poking fun at and you think is good?
Come on,
Like,
make the game
would you
more
also
enjoyable for them,
enjoy
The game-
other guilds that people quit the game?
But
I'm
if
not
the
being
game
salty
is-
here, but you know.
The game is more popular than ever. No one is quitting the game, man.
Sure,
If they
man,
quit,
sure.
they quit their guild. If they quit your
Like
guild, they're not
other
quitting the
guilds
game.
have talked about this. Many guilds in this channel. People quit the game over the summer. You know, it's nothing to do with the fact that we're not doing siege or anything like that. You know, sometimes you need to sort of take the salt and the politics aside and just be a grown up and just talk about what's good for the game.
So are
Yeah,
you
I mean,
considering...
Hmm?
Continue.
No, I was saying, yeah. I mean, you're right. Our numbers dropped. You know, we had quite a lot of people in the past couple of weeks decide to stop playing the game over the summer. Some might come back, some might not. I mean, you guys know exactly what it's like leading a guild, but you shouldn't poke fun when that happens to other guilds, because it happens to your guild, to other people's guilds as well.
All right. Old school, you want to tell us your part of the siege?
Oh wait, it's also your part, Swiper. What the hell?
Not really.
Wait, Swiper is in our guild?
Swiper was at the siege?
Swiper can tell as well, since he's not that neutral.
Why am I not neutral though?
Because I'm sending you a message and you answer to everyone else besides mine.
Oh, boo
Uh,
fucking who. Holy shit.
I mean, Ots, you can complain as much as you want about like Xena being here, but like Jules is here and people who don't participate in
didn't-
sieges are here.
I'm sorry to interrupt, but I didn't complain about Xenocrat being here. I complained about having him monopolize the whole Medaya conversation, and he's not in Medaya Siege, and I don't find the reason for me to stay. It's fucking 3 in the morning. I have a company, I have guests in the living room, and I'm staying in front of a computer to hear Xenocrat here talking about Medaya Siege without being in the Medaya, and I don't get the reason, and you don't even answer.
Man, that's like totally up to you. And that's your choice. You asked him a question. You could have just ignored him, right?
You're not if you didn't ask him, if you
It's
didn't
not easy to
provoke him,
ignore Xenocrat.
you provoked
I
him.
I
asked
said
him.
nothing until you asked me a question.
Right.
If you're thinking about me all night long, Odds, when there's guests in your living room, that's not my problem.
And that's where we had, you can answer with a yes and a no, and we don't need like a fucking bookwork of a answer from you.
That's just how he works. Like everyone knows that. Come on, guys.
Oh, but calling
Whatever.
Swiper bias for that is just sad, man. Just because something happened that you don't like.
No, but even if
Grow
Jules
up.
and Saf are here, Jules is not interrupting every fucking little conversation,
What? I didn't interrupt anyone.
Jules, could you stop interrupting me when I'm interrupting Odds? please?
What? Thank you for your donation, my friend.
Hey, I mean, you could do the whole podcast probably in about 2 minutes if we were really efficient about it. But I'm pretty sure we're all here to talk, and whether or not people hate me or fucking slightly less hate me, people talk. So that's good for the podcast, and that's why we're here. You know.
Okay, so stop monopolizing. Like, this is my podcast. I mean, it's Viper's podcast. So let's talk about Medaya. Old school point of view. Beautiful fight today. We started on resilience base. We knew the only way to win was to get one base down fast and trade one castle for it. We kind of failed. We got like resilience base to 70%. Yes, we got resilience base to 70%, but kind of got pushed out of it, and we had to retreat to the first gate. And we just pretty much from then on we defended up until the very last 10 minutes. And that's it's kind of what happened. I guess the big TLDR at the end. I think the morale of the other guilds went down a lot. I think people were getting very.
Oh, you stole that from my stream. I said that on my stream.
Yeah, I don't watch your stream.
Man. Yeah, I know that you watch my stream.
I'm not allowed to watch enemy stream.
Yeah,
you're not allowed to use the word monopolize.
Exactly. So we could have probably did a TP bit sooner to win, but it was too risky. Like, people were really giving their best to make sure we defended the castle up until the end. And I think this kind of was also a test, and like, it's really interesting to see like what would have happened, let's say in the new meta. I think we would have easily, like, it would be a stronger guild in the new Korean changes, where you can just defend to win the region.
I have to notify you here that if that also would have been the case, all the attacking guilds would have been allied, causing them to all be able to get on your gate at the same time.
Yeah, they would have just got wiped faster.
I was about to say that they wouldn't have the issue with friendly fire then either. And I think tonight they suffered massively with dealing with friendly fire.
They had a lot of friendly fire. You could see it on streams as well. I actually have a question for the attacking guilds. Did you have a active voice channel for your alliance today, or was it kind of a bit sudden for you guys?
Well, I can only say what I said before. It was obviously sudden, since we didn't expect each other here. And about the friendly fire, also a thing I said before, we all lined up. It all went pretty smoothly. I don't think there was a friendly fire at all, apart from a few isolated instances.
Can I ask a tactical question about the siege to FinalEnemy, or sorry, High Dawn? Sorry. Since you were planning to solo attack the castle, what was your attack plan for your single guild to take out the Medaya castle?
Let's see. We thought they became like very complacent with themselves, you know, like every castle guild pretty fat. Like we saw it in the other guilds. They forgot how to PvP. You know, since they never do node wars, they maybe fight for a tax wagon here and there.
Are you sitting in the barrel?
Basically, I have a pretty shitty mic, I admit.
Okay, I respect that.
Yeah, man. Poor man's choice. What can you do? Alright, so yeah, basically that was what we were gambling on, but as we can see, they can still place buildings very tactically. It was actually pretty nice and annoying to have these useless structures in front of our faces all the time. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We were gambling on them being fat and lazy by now. Like, how many weeks were it that they were sitting in the castle?
4,
I think, yeah.
We didn't yet reach the tax limit.
I guess that's like the critical point where it actually happens.
That's where you get fat and lazy. Like,
That's where you get
today people were still like fucking thirsty for money.
Yeah. You came 1 week too soon. 1 week.
Yeah, that was
we
a
would have
great
been fat and
mistake.
lazy.
Let's just hope this is the start of more. I mean, sieges need to
I have
be
one
accessible
question.
for more guilds.
Fuck other guilds.
They are. I think they are more accessible.
That's pretty rude, dude.
Racist.
Yes.
I think you could have done what you did today in in the other regions. Of course, like not win, but probably still draw against the stronger guilds than us.
Especially if you play for the draw.
That goes the
Or
same
the
for
2
you,
week
buddy.
tactic.
You can do the same next week for the other regions.
I also hear Medaya has double money next week.
So is old school coming straight back to Medaya?
We can neither confirm nor deny the existence of the information requested, but hypothetically, if such data were to exist, the subject matter would be classified and could not be disclosed.
They are going Medaya.
Definitely.
I heard
Old
you guys
school's
said in
tricky,
the
man.
past that you'll always go for one of the other castles if somebody would kick you out.
Yeah, but now we got
We
now
didn't
we
get
got
kicked out.
we got unfinished business now.
No, alright.
2-week game.
Did you get your Triogre win?
Well, sadly, I spent 1.2 billion for a lot of fail stacks and tiers. But I will let you guys know next week.
The tiers might be worth it.
In 3 days. 3 days, boys.
All right, so we still didn't hear numbers from everyone.
We were 57.
69.
That's a nice number.
What were we? 72?
No, a bit more. I think we averaged 75. Like it was a long siege. In 4 hour siege, you get like peaks and lows, but I think I averaged 75.
Any questions left, guys?
I have a question for Hedon. Like, how like you made in the start a full push on resilience base with full force, like staying there waiting till it respawns, and you went and you got it down to 70% full force. What was the trade-off on the gate in that time? Like 3 other guilds could just push freely.
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, the second we appeared on Resilience, I think at least 1 to 2 other guilds were there. At least one. I think Leviathan was there. Maybe
Leviathan
even...
and Harmony showed up.
Yeah, so 2 guilds were there already.
On the gate?
No, on Resilience base.
What the fuck?
I don't know. And
to
they
help?
were like, all of their witches and wizards were shooting inside Resilience base, killing us. Because Resilience got wiped from the start. And the trade-off, like we also placed that. Can I say what? I guess we can, right? We placed just making sure, because apparently I say things on podcasts that I can't say. Like this guild is like worse than the
talk
enemy.
freely
and,
to me. That's fine.
and digitally, like they have to use my digicoins to speak in old school and now. So we placed a guild bot right next to the base so that we respawned right next to Resilience base instead of our fort. And we tried to go, like we did a few pushes after we got wiped inside the Resilience base. And
so you still didn't defend the gate for how long?
Did we have people defending
the
gate?
The blue baby was still up the teleport button before we pulled back, and I don't think we lost any more than 30% of our gate.
I mean, we lost a lot, I would say, but we were prepared to lose the gate in exchange, of course, of the fort, of Resilience fort.
But the original plan was that the other 4 guilds are attacking the gate holder, and then random witches and wizards from other guilds are bombing into Resilience base to kill you. Like, what the fuck?
As I said, the
they
other
didn't
guilds
look very
weren't. The other guilds weren't organized at the start with us, so we were defending pretty much alone.
I think if they didn't do it, we would have probably killed Resilience.
You're saying that they weren't in sync with you, but then they just happened to show up in your base, helping you clear us. That's mighty convenient.
It's just RNG. It happens in this game.
Ah, yes, of course.
They flipped the coin.
They spun the globe.
But yeah, the trade-off. I think after, not long after, like we all teleported back to the base with a normal teleport, and the gate was almost to 50%, very fast.
Yeah, I think we got them to 70% and they got the gate to 70%. So there you go.
Of course, can't rebuild your own gate, so
I
guess
wish
it
that was
doesn't work.
possible.
I mean,
Interesting.
we tried. I don't think like when we saw 4 castles. I mean, we somewhat anticipated 4 castles, but when we saw the amount of castles actually there and the position and stuff, we didn't really expect like even to draw. I guess. And it was a possibility, but we needed to win. We had to pull some some strange stunts.
What was of the equal?
Huh?
Like your equal?
Or what?
What was
Your
with your?
guild
Is my
summon.
microphone not working? Now?
No, your
I don't
guild
I
summon.
think it's
He
a
just wants an
acronym.
equal.
Yeah, Ecor like doesn't mean much to us.
Your guild call. I'm sorry, wrong game.
Call?
Like your guild summon. Like
Oh, the
when you
teleport.
call the people to a certain place.
Oh, we call it kick the baby. Or the bell.
Oh, okay.
Ingenious, right? Because the little
We
blue baby thing looks like a baby.
when we pushed Resilience base, for the time we were doing that, it was still the little blue baby in the top corner that you get when the siege starts was still available to us. And so before it disappeared, we all used it to get back to the castle.
So before we wrap Midday up, last question, like what made Old School go out on Leviathan like then, 5 minutes before the siege ended?
Because why not?
I think I can safely shout out to the select few of our guild that put one hell of a lot of pressure on other guilds' bases while we were defending our gates. I mean, they did a lot of work. I mean, a few times they got Leviathan down to 50%. They made holes in every base, I think, and kept a lot of their members busy. It wasn't a case of 250 versus 70 the whole night on the gates. There was a lot of dynamic tactics at play that I think a lot of people missed out on.
We
How
don't have
many-
anything against Leviathan. We just it just happened to be the base with an opening. The easiest
They
base to
like
break in.
leaving gates open and things.
How many did you send out? It looked like around 15, was it?
10, I think, is more accurate. But yeah, 10, 12 is about right.
What classes did you send out on that? Were you using specific classes for that group?
You can apply to Old School if you want to know all the spicy secrets. I'll send you the link later.
Hey, I'm just relaying the questions that people are PMing me. Mostly they're from Resilience.
It's basically those people that are like, oh, the FPS in city shit and I don't like big fights, so we just stick them in this. We let them go and do their stuff, so they complain like where we can hear them. So mostly like ninjas and stuff like that. Irrelevant classes.
If you could relive tonight as a siege from Old School's perspective, is there anything you would have done differently, and what would it have been?
Guess we could have been a little bit more ballsy with our push-outs. Maybe we could have got a base down. Maybe not earlier. I mean, we managed to get Leviathan down at the end, but if we would have done that earlier, let's say at the 3-hour mark, it might have come out quite differently. Anybody else?
I think
That's
pretty much
I think that's in hindsight, though.
Yeah, of course.
Because I mean, it's a very different thing if you're gonna make a ballsy play with 10 minutes on the clock or more than an hour.
It's a ballsy play only when it succeeds. When it fails, they just call you retard and they flame and they leave the guild. No one is grateful for a failed ballsy play.
What about the attacking guys, like Resilience and Hydon? What would you have done differently if you could restart tonight?
Get more members, man. Throw more
Yeah, man.
monies.
I have a question. How would you compare this siege where you were defending compared to one that us, Morgulis, and Wasted and Vikings had? Like, what were the major differences? I mean, if you guys still remember.
Yeah, I was there. I remember.
How was it that one ended?
I think we lost.
No, you kept the castle because they outplayed themselves.
It was 2 times. Like one we kept it, and the second time we
The
lost.
first time we kept it, they came with 3 guilds. They backed off when the gates went down, and
Oh,
then
yeah,
the
that's
week
right.
after they came with another guild. They got a 4th one. And
We were the 4th
we
one.
got kicked out at the end.
I mean,
it a gentleman's
probably
agreement.
it's probably not the answer you're looking for. But it does feel to me that we are almost 2 different guilds from when that happened to what happened today.
But yeah, before we were
stepped up a lot,
casual,
and
now we are hardcore, I guess.
Fair enough.
say that. But I would say that it felt like it was harder to defend back then, but also because of the way we managed the guild. You know, it was as a different guild.
I think.
Was
think
it
we just
because
got
of the
better.
4 weeks of free money you got, maybe?
No.
I think we just got better at defending the Medaya Castle. Like, we've got so much experience with it now. It just got so much more coordinated than it was back then.
Yeah, we know that fort inside out now. It's safe to say.
It's not about the money or the gear. Of course, the gear helps. You know, the money helps, but it's so sad to see so many people just point the finger on the gear, and while the strategy is so fucking important, just the way you use your consumables and the spells at the right time.
Yeah, you guys played very well today, man.
So thank you. I think that's very important. Like, that's something that I feel that most guilds haven't nailed down yet. And when I see some guilds, that actually do pushes coordinated and still die to us, then I can say yes, it's the gear. When most PAs are not well timed, and the consumables are not there, it's like people with 2 buffs running around, and I can say that it's not about the gear. It's about the preparation we put.
So, let's not be all, politically here, Eden. Tell us. Out with the salt. Come on, bring it. Salt it.
What do you want to salt about?
Everything. Everything.
I wish you guys would have come today to help us.
Oh,
I'm sorry that we declined you to help you keep the castle.
We didn't ask you, you fucker.
Sure. You can be like that, sure.
Snakeocrat. Well, if we did, you didn't come, so fuck you.
It's the scantlings, man. Holy fuck. Like, without the, Black Spirit mini game, how do we get those magic fucking lumbering axes? We can't get that shit anymore.
I don't know, man. Like, I think it would have been an amazing fight. Like, the 2 of us against them. Also, you have beef against most of those guilds. Like, against 2 of those guilds.
We've got no beef against anybody. We're just really good role players. I'm like the fucking Pope, I'm like love and kisses and all that sort of stuff.
Are you calling the Pope a role player?
That's blasphemy, man. Come on.
Exactly. But no, like, yeah.
Tonight, actually, I mean, I gotta say, like, we made the decision very early on last week that we wouldn't do Siege this weekend. The decision was much made on like Sunday morning, which is when I told Wiggles that we were not gonna come. And after what went down, I mean, I think even just like placing, like not on either side just to cause some havoc, may have been like really good fun for everybody tonight. In retrospect, we maybe should have gone Mariah, but that happened in the past. Where can't change that. And I'm glad that everybody that went tonight had really good fun. I wish more guilds would group up like that, groups of 4, groups of 5, and attack castles. It's what the game's about. It's why we play. Gear, gear, money. It's all just imaginary internet numbers attributed to accounts that we don't actually own. Everything's owned by KHAOS, so it's all in our fucking heads. We play this game for fun. More people should take a chance go in a castle and have some fun. Because if we don't, the game will die. So we
Didn't
don't
you
want
earlier
those.
say that nobody had
We don't
fun?
want those steaming plebs to fucking beat us. So
Chapter 3.
Anyway, I wanted to say, I mean, Democrat went a bit into that. Mad respect to the guilds that actually attacked the castle. I mean, it's not easy convincing your guild mates to go for a meat grinder, you know. It's not fun for some people to just attack a wall and choke point over and over again. But it revives the castle siege scene.
Lone Wolf, attack the gate, not the wall. That's your first mistake right there.
I think in general they have a point though. I mean, this is okay for the short term, but it needs to have long term implications and
And
people
to be fair,
dodging.
you need to do it 1 week. Like you need to do it 1 week, liberate the region, and then keep going. The next week. Because without the choke points, like let's say today we would have the same situation, 4v1, but we didn't have the region, we would have lost in very soon, but sooner than we it ended today.
It's not just the choke points, man. It's the friendly fire as well. And how used people get to red players, and then you suddenly see it's from the opposing guild that is in the castle, and it just ults like 30 people.
Yeah,
I really don't want to be mean, but I really want to say get good. Like, just coordinate better.
Actually, question from me to Ots. Was there any friendly fire you noticed? Or Luna, if whoever is around?
During all the attacks?
Yeah.
It was kind of hard to coordinate, and I wasn't there to coordinate, so I think some people got hit in the meantime, yeah, but in general, not too many people, I think.
I think
So I
from
can
our
say,
perspective, it was very clear that there was quite a lot of friendly fire. There were a lot of times when you wiped each other for us, we just sat back and let you do it.
I'll be honest, I think there were like less than 10 kills in total. I mean, deaths in total from us to other guilds.
One of the things
From my perspective, it mostly happened like after second gate in the tunnels. Like that was real clusterfuck.
Well, yeah, in the tunnels we did that shit deliberately because to push faster. That's true though.
You killed them forward.
What?
Deliberately killed them because they
You
wanted
said
to
you
get to the front of the
deliberately
queue.
did friendly fire to make them go forward quicker.
Yeah,
so
of
like
course,
when you're
man, it's like-
whipping a bull to get them to fucking charge.
Of course, man. It's like you pull back, I'll shoot you myself. You know.
But that's some strange queuing system where you come from.
Man, it's RNG.
To be honest, I think it makes sense. I think it makes sense to make it like a long continued push. If like the first guild that goes in, it's down to the last 5 people. Like fuck it if you friendly fire those 5
Exactly,
people.
man. Who gives a shit?
I mean, you guys were actually very close to getting us down. I think you guys had 2 very solid fucking push, where we almost got fully wiped, and you just had to keep going. I think.
Yeah, every time we were like, popping these perfumes, we actually had a chance, but then.
I
What do
really
you guys
consider
think about the
morale
siege
got down.
time? What do you think about this 4 hours? Do you think it's too long or too short?
If we had another half an hour, it might have been very different. But then that said, there's more chance of you pushing if there's less time to risk. I think the length-wise, 4 hours isn't too short.
Yeah.
Numbers dropped off though from what I saw across the different streams, like from the various attacking guilds. I'm not sure about old school, but from the people attacking, they seem to sort of lose a bit of like oomph after about 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, we can
definitely
see
a
that.
morale issue. I think it's pretty much what they say. It's 2, 3, 4 hours of constantly pushing and pushing and keeping pushing, and eventually that wears on your mindset. I mean, we've had it before when we were fighting against enemy on that cancerous spot in Calpheon. We did 4 hours of non-stop bashing our heads against the wall, trying new things, trying different things, seeing what works, and it's frustrating, and I can see why their morale slips. But I think you need to keep doing it. The only way that it gets easier from experience.
All right, guys. So let's slowly wrap this up. If you have any shoutouts, we'll go along with it.
Shout out to Waldasso. Is he able to hear us from down in the ocean?
Shout out to Rage Prime for always wanting a shout out to me for getting about it.
Shout out to my Canon team for doing good.
Shout out to Mitoko for the best Switch EU and to Maya, the best Ranger EU.
I want to give a shout out to Valkyrs. I want to tell him to go fuck himself. And I want to give a shout out to the members of my guild. Like every single one of them was like stuck to the guild for so long while we built up the guild, suffered on tier 1 nodes with like around 10 members getting zerged constantly every week. And we also had that retarded perma war up against pretty much all siege guilds. And I don't know, you guys stuck to the guild and I really appreciate it and love you guys for that. So thanks.
Aww.
Shut the fuck
Shout out
up,
to
my guy.
Spicy members. They're clearly very loyal.
Who is Spicy, by the way?
Whoa.
We went through this at the start.
You ruined the mood.
Permavore Inc.
Shout out to Jules. I want my euros worth.
I just wanted to say shout out to Xenocrat. Thank you so much for your €1 donation.
Is this all it takes to get a shout out?
That's all it takes to
Shout
get
out to
7 or
Lev,
8
my favorite
shoutouts.
Percy.
Shout out to Pero, saltiest ranger on the EU.
Shout
guess
out to all the guilds that built on Medaya today, and also great friends Mino, Magnus, and Pups, and also the Versal EU Jinx XD.
Wait, no, that's Eden.
Shout out to my old GM cast for killing the old guild.
Shout out to FinalEnemy. Welcome to the sieges.
All the
about
old
us?
school stormtroopers and special force commanders. You, it was fun.
How many stormtroopers did you get in the end, old school?
I think someone posted a picture.
Yeah, I'm gonna post the picture in
Eden was very
the...
strict with the format of the picture.
Yes, let me find it. Where is it?
He takes role playing very seriously, bless him.
Yeah, we are extremely strict when it comes to roleplay.
And I would also like to give a shout out to Lazy Peon for providing amazing meme material and like always being there for us when we need a better war score. I don't know. I appreciate your work, dude.
I would like to give a shout out to Adderfield. I hope you can successfully buy a new mouse.
Oh.
Shout out to Teke for dodging me at the podcast.
Shout out to everybody that gave a shout out.
Wow,
Shout out,
spicy!
shout out.
You guys are really spicy, right? You guys are really spicy. Like you guys
Yeah.
know how you can shit talk.
Yeah,
So
obviously,
you
man.
guys shit talking Lazy Peon. You guys shit talking JK. That's cool. I love it a lot. I love it a lot. I love it a lot.
To Jules's plant. Shout out to the plant, bro.
Hey, what against my?
No, I'm shouting it out, bro.
No, I just think that whatever. Good night, guys. Good night. I need to go to bed. Good night.
Guten Nacht, Jules, mein Freund.
Auf
All right, guys. Thank you all for coming today. Thanks everyone for watching. Shout outs to Koibji, Uchi, Cookie BDO, and Xotobix for subbing today. And big shout out to Ugglemeister, Caterpillicious, and Asai for resub 2nd month in a row. I really appreciate it a lot, guys. It means a lot. And see you all next week, guys. Bye.
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 Follow me on Twitch.
Whoa.
Never.
That's racist.
you